What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 139, and we start today's episode off with a game against Porto here away in Portugal for the Europa League round of 32, second leg here. And of course we won the first leg by 5-0. So with that in mind, we did make a lot of changes. Still a couple of first team players out there like Corker and Lloris just to be safe, but even so, quite a lot of changes anyway. But this is Saturday morning for you guys. If you would like another episode of Career Mode today, then get this video to 1,000 likes. Yes, 1,000 likes is the barrier at the moment. Let's get this video to 1,000 likes, and I will upload another episode of Career Mode later on tonight. So there's your challenge, 1,000 likes, and I will put another episode of Career Mode up later on tonight. But yeah, we do take on Porto, and of course, after destroying them by 5-0 in the first leg, I was feeling very confident, and of course, I was very pleased to see Alexandro was starting at left back. So once again, we looked to exploit that. But the first chance of the game would fall in the 11th minute. It was Koulibaly getting onto the ball here. Nice little roulette to get past Maicon, and nice little roulette to get past his man. Then a fake shot to get past Maicon, goes down the left hand side, chips the goalkeeper, but unfortunately it goes over the bar. So it would have been incredible how we opened the scoring here in Portugal and show up Porto for being a really bad side. But in the 33rd minute, Porto did indeed take the lead. Unfortunately, the shot from the free kick hit the bar, and it was put in by Maicon, I think it was, in the 34th minute. So Porto did take the lead as expected, really. And unfortunately for us, disaster was striking in the 39th minute because John Joe Anderson stayed down after a challenge there, and as Porto went on the break, the shot was blocked, and eventually Lloris made a good save. So still 1-0, but Anderson going down was not good for us, and he would have to be subbed off eventually. But in the 42nd minute, Porto come forward here, really good chance as Vion gets past his man and shoots and finds the bottom corner. So 43 minutes in, it was Porto 2, Spurs 0. So they did have a 5-goal mountain to climb in this game, but they had scored 2 of them in the first half, so that was looking a bit worrying for us. But in the 45th minute, Tom Carroll rolls the ball through to Bentaleb here. He stops the ball before shooting. Good save by Fabiano, but a rebound is put in, and Bentaleb makes it Porto 2, Spurs 1. So all we needed in this game was one away goal, and that would seal the tie for good. And Bentaleb scored it, and that would mean that Porto would need another 5 goals. So with that in mind, the game was done after Bentaleb scored, and with the score being at 2-1, they didn't really threaten in the second half. That chance in the 82nd minute was well saved by Lloris, and other than that, the game was very, very poor. And in the 85th minute, Vlad Chiriches gets past the man and finds Danny Welbeck. Nice little ball out wide to Bentaleb, the goal scorer. He step overs round Alexandro, then plays the ball out wide towards Vlad Chiriches. You see Sandro, he's just all over the place, and as Chiriches crosses the ball in, Welbeck heads the ball into the back of the net. Or was it Koulibaly? I can't remember now. I think it was Welbeck. Yeah, Welbeck. And he makes it 2-2, and that would seal the tie, as we knew we were through anyway. And a 2-2 draw just makes things even more credible, to be honest. We were back up side, or a weak side anyway. And yeah, we are indeed through to the next round of the Europa League. We're through to the round of 16, and that is great news for us, because it would be very nice if we could complete a cup and European double, you know, in the FA Cup and the Europa League as well. But we'll have to wait and see. I'm just very pleased we are indeed through to the next round. And after that, we saw that John Joe Anderson did get injured in that game, and he's going to be out for 3 weeks. So it's not too bad, and he's a player that doesn't play very often, but even so, it's not great, because whenever he does play quite well, and his chances are limited. But anyway, we enter a new month here, so here's a look at the squad report. We can see how the players are doing and performing, and what attributes they are improving in. And yeah, it's looking very, very good. As I said, the squad we've built, we've already, you know, signed most of the players in this squad in, well, not most of the players, but a large chunk of the players in the first 2 transfer windows we've been here. And we signed some good young English talent. We've got a nice mix of youth and experience in the side as well, and it's pretty decent. There are still some players, like I said, I would like to shift on, but other than that, I'm perfectly happy keeping the majority of them here. There's just a couple of players, and players like Lancaster, for example, and Ceballos here, I don't really think they're ever going to get into the side, so they may as well get sold. But we'll look to do that in the summer, and sending Anderson out on loan is of course the priority in the summer window, and possibly getting a new goalkeeper as well, because I'm not a big fan of Lloris. But anyway, here's a look at the league table. We are 9 points behind Chelsea, who are in first place. We're in third, and we are 5 points clear of Liverpool in fifth. So we've been in this stage pretty much all through the season, where it's been really inconsistent. We've either been challenging for the title, or I've been saying we can challenge for the title, or we'll have to settle for a top 4 position. And now we're like delicately balanced between third and second, and third and fourth. You know, so with that in mind, I don't really know what to say, because every time I say something, the opposite seems to happen. If I say we can be title contenders, we drop down to a side that looks like they can only just get into the top 4. If I say we're a side that's only just going to get into the top 4, we start to win loads of games on the bounce and look like title contenders. So I'm just not going to say anything from now on. But yeah, we're in third, and I'll be perfectly happy with that finish come the end of the year for our first season in charge here at White Hart Lane. But we take on Southampton for the following game here, and Southampton are a side that I always struggle against on FIFA, mainly because they have such an accurate passing style, and of course they've got some very decent players in there like Lallana and Ramirez, who Gaston Ramirez got up to like 91 in last year's career mode, but yeah, some very decent players anyway. And the first chance would indeed come to Southampton here. Carrasco went down the left hand side, really good chance he plays the ball forward to Zanev. Zanev goes through one-on-one, but thankfully for us, Lloris bailed us out with a very decent save, so that was me being critical, but good stop there, and it's still 0-0. In the 30th minute though, Brian Carrasco plays the ball in field to Sturridge, plays a lovely little 1-2. He gets past Fox, tries to catch the keeper out the near post, but unfortunately it is a good save, and it is still 0-0 as things stand, and we just couldn't find a breakthrough. But in the 21st minute, he see Victor Wanyama get on the ball for Southampton. He rolls the ball forward towards Zanev here, and Ross Barkley gives the ball away. Zanev runs through one-on-one, and he puts the ball over the bar. So what a miss by the number 14 there. He rounded Lloris, he had an open goal on his left foot, and he put the ball over the bar. So what a huge miss, and what a let off for us there after I gave the ball away cheaply with Barkley, but it was still 0-0. In the 25th minute though, you see Cher roll the ball forward towards Julian Draxler. His Ronaldo shot was nice, but his shot was well saved, so Draxler still yet to do anything really since coming in, and it's still 0-0. And in the 58th minute, Draxler does get past his man and strike from range, but it's a good save by the goalkeeper, and it's still 0-0 with an hour played, and things were looking very delicate. You know, the game was on the knife edge really. It was very well balanced, and from this corner, Gutierrez goes for the header, and it just goes over the bar. So still 0-0 as things stood, but in the 76th minute, you see Carrillo get down the left hand side here. Gutierrez shuts him down, but he ends up getting past him with the step over, plays the ball forward towards Seferovic, who plays the ball into Gaston Ramirez. He finds Wanyama, and his shot just goes wide of the post. So the warning signs were flashing in this game. We were struggling defensively, and in the 79th minute, it's a good chance for Southampton as Lallana plays a ball forward towards Seferovic. He gets the wrong side of Gutierrez and bears down on goal and finds the back of the net. So with 9 minutes to go, it was Spurs 0, Southampton 1, and you have to say they probably deserved it as well, because we had a few chances, so did they, but they were playing very, very nicely, and we were behind here. And in the 90th minute, we've already seen it one time this season, we're going to see it again. Brian Carrasco intercepts his man, plays the ball forward towards Connor Wickham. It's a good first touch, and then the referee blows for full time. So again, we are stopped by the referee's whistle, but I'm not going to say Connor Wickham was going to score the chance, but he certainly would have had a very good chance to do so. It was going to be clearly going through one-on-one, but the game finished Spurs 0, Southampton 1, so we lose once again, and it's really, really annoying now. Things have become quite a bit of a challenge, and too much of a challenge for me, really. It's becoming very, very apparent that I'm struggling a little bit defensively, and I still do want to keep faith with the 3-5-2, because I know if I do switch to 4 at the back, things will become a lot more easier, and we won't concede too many goals, but even so, it's still a bit of a struggle for me, really. But after that, we brought a scout future star, and the scout has been dispatched, so hopefully we will get a good young player into our academy very soon. And the following games against Nottingham Forest here, who are currently sitting bottom of the table, so we go ahead and take on Forest, and I was feeling very confident. You know, we haven't actually won a league game in 4 or 5 games, so we have hit a bit of a stumbling block in the league, and every club does go through bad patches of form in the season. So with that in mind, we shouldn't be sort of like, you know, pushing the big red button and saying crisis alert, everything's going wrong. You know, let's just be calm a little bit. You know, every club does go through these bad patches of form, so we just got to get ourselves a little bit more focused, really. But we take on Forest, and we've only had 3 defeats as well, so we're not doing too badly. We take on Forest and try and get ourselves back to winning ways here against the Premier League's bottom club, sitting bottom of the table, I should say. But the first chance of the game would fall in the 6th minute here, and it came as Forest broke forward with Mavrias playing the ball to Patterson, and his shot just went wide of the post. So Forest clearly sensed the danger for us, and they almost took the lead here in the 7th minute, but thankfully Lloris was untroubled. In the 17th minute, though, another good chance here for Forest. Comes to nothing eventually as the ball comes forward, and the shot is well saved by Lloris. So good stop by Lloris, but again, Forest challenging and almost getting themselves in the lead, and again some nice passing, but thankfully the ball went out for a goal kick. So they were playing very well, just weren't getting the goals. But how about this in the 39th minute? Fernando gives the ball to Brian Carrasco. He picks the ball up here down the right hand side, takes on Patterson, beats him with the heel-to-heel flick and the Berber spin, and the referee has no choice but to give Patterson a booking and also give us a free kick from range. So definite free kick. I thought I'd let Brian Carrasco take it, and Carrasco levers it and finds the back of the net, and Al Rashidi, the Forest goalkeeper, was rooted to the spot, and finally, for the first time, For the first time in his career mode, we scored a free kick with someone other than Seb Larsson, and it just had to be Brian Carrasco, didn't it? It's a lovely strike. What I will say is that I'm so surprised Al Rashidi didn't even get a touch to the ball, because the shot by Carrasco, I thought I'd lever it with the L1 and circle the dry free kick, but the shot, it swerved, and I don't know why Al Rashidi didn't dive for it, because as you can see, it was basically above him. When the ball crossed the line, it basically went above the head of the goalkeeper, so I'm surprised that the keeper didn't save it, to be honest. I'm trying not to take the free kick away from Carrasco, because it was a lovely strike. He cracked it, really. He absolutely levered it from range, but even so, I thought the keeper probably should have saved it, but he didn't, and it was a great strike by Carrasco regardless. It really was a cracker, and that made it Forest 0, Spurs 1. So good to see us score the first free kick goal without Seb Larsson, and of course it would be Brian Carrasco. So 1-0 here, and in the 45th minute, Sturridge gets onto the ball here, fake shots around his man and rolls it through to Draxler. He's onside. This is his chance, but the shot is well saved. I messed up the one-on-one, and it's still 1-0, so I completely messed up with Draxler, and it was so unfortunate, but it was still 1-0. And in the 45th minute, Forest come forward with Clayton. They go down the left-hand side and find Patterson. Patterson gets past his man, keeps on going. Eventually, he tries to catch Lloris out the near post, but Lloris makes the save, and it's still Forest 0, Spurs 1. But from the corner, it is crossed into the box by Henry Lansbury, who scored at White Hart Lane in this reverse fixture. He crossed the ball in, and the header goes to nothing, but eventually the shot is put in by Kyle Norton. It's blocked, then Lascales takes a shot, but it's well saved by Lloris, and it's still Forest 0, Spurs 1. But in the 51st minute, I would unfortunately be the master of my own downfall, because Guterres makes a great challenge on Clayton here, and with Corker, once again, I tried to play out from the back. I completely messed it up. What I was trying to do was find Lamela down the left hand side there, but I didn't press L1 to lift the triangle through ball, and instead it was a simple ground through ball, and it was cut out, and unfortunately it was Forest 1, Spurs 1, so that's my mistake. It's the first time in a very long time I've messed up from playing out from the back. I do play out from the back on every single occasion, like, and 99 times out of 100 it's fine, but there's always one where you mess up and you risk conceding the goal. Unfortunately that was one there. It was my mistake with Corker, and that made it 1-1. Carrasco's shot in the 69th minute was saved, and other than that nothing really happened, so again we failed to get the win. We haven't won a league game in about 5 games now. It's becoming very frustrating. That was my fault, of course, with the mistake, but even so, it is certainly making things a lot more exciting as opposed, in the race for the top 4. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. I really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. 1,000 likes for another episode of Career Mode later on tonight, and hopefully I'll see you then.